What's up, goats? Happy Monday to you all. It is your shepherd coming into you for this 4-round Dynasty rookie mock draft. It's going to be a super flex with a little tight end premium action because we have to make that position premium.
Oh
We're gonna,
my!
yeah, we're gonna get.
You to do that? Did that hurt you to do that?
It always hurts me to do that. You don't we don't do wide receiver premium. We don't do quarterback premium. We have to do tight end premium just by nature of the position. In any event, we'll if you allow me to continue on this rant, we will have no mock draft. It'll just be regarding that position. Yeah, we're gonna get into the draft in just a little bit. A few moments from now, there's the goat of goats. The 1.01 is in the house. The Huso himself. He was having himself a fantastic evening last night. Fantastic with the Golden State Warriors. Tonight we got the New York Knicks. The Knicks versus the Celtics. Anyway, basketball is like ketchup around here. Right?
What?
Kitty, basketball is ketchup compared to the NFL.
Okay.
We're-
I've never in my life heard that freaking expression.
allow me to finish my thought. You know, you've got this spicy marinara, which is the NFL, and you've got ketchup, the NBA.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into this draft in just a few moments, folks. Let me just remind you guys, we are now ramping up the content schedule. We're going to come at you hopefully 3 times a week. We're going to continue with the mock drafts, especially now that we're in the heat of Dynasty rookie draft season. We'll be delivering those to you. We're also going to begin doing our divisional breakdowns, where we stand for each team in each division, what the teams have done through free agency, through the draft, obviously, their improvements. I think it'll be a cool idea to take a look at what Vegas's win projection is for the team. They're usually spot on, with the exception of plus or minus here and there. But I think it'll give us a benchmark. It'll give us a benchmark to work off of. When you see like Cleveland Browns win total of like 4 wins, that might be a little low. But then again, if it's 5 wins for the season, 6 wins for the season, it wasn't that far off of the projected totals as of now. So yeah, we'll get into that. Of course, we're going to continue on with the Dynasty and the fantasy content. So just make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like the videos. Don't miss a single thing. All right, well, gentlemen, let me say hello to you guys. Happy Monday. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I had to fill in for the coach of my granddaughter's soccer team the last quarter. That was fun. Took me a matter of minutes before my son looked at me and said no, because I was ready to go off on the refs. But that's just the joy of being a coach. Actually, why I stopped coaching. Why I stopped, because just couldn't deal with the rest. But yeah, great weekend.
Yeah, I on the other hand was on the bad side of the Warriors winning. I am a Rockets fan, so we are totally done. So
this is the bad side.
Yeah, and then the words of Sieg here, basketball to me is like ketchup. So no hot dogs for me, I guess. No burgers.
Any of you guys watch the Kentucky Derby?
No.
You guys into horses? No.
No.
All right. I grew up around the horse racing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, from my father, godfather, uncle. I grew up with it. I grew up in with the off-track betting, OTB, and all that stuff. So it's kind of like embedded into it's in the fabric of my DNA, horse racing. And I ask you just because it was obviously the Kentucky Derby. However, one of our favorite personalities in football. Of course, Kay Adams had her show there. She had her show live on Friday. So there's a significant race obviously on Friday before the Derby. It's called the Oaks, but nevertheless, she had several people on. We're gonna get to one specific player that she had on that she interviewed because we just spoke about this dude last week. We are going to get to this player and what I took away from this interview when we get to one of his new teammates in just a little bit. So let's fire this thing up. Rhino, JX. Well, first things first. Have you guys had any drafts yet? Like for real? Like
Yeah.
not mocks.
Nope. Just best ball draft. That's the only draft I've done.
Dynasty rookie draft.
No.
Yeah, I had a pretty hefty rookie draft. I was going in with about 6 picks, so majority of them in the late first to early second. So, I'm really into a lot of these guys here.
There's a lot to like.
There is.
Yeah.
There's lots to like. Is there a Rhino? Since you haven't had one yet, I'll ask you first. Is there anything that's on top of your mind on how you're going to attack your rookie drafts? Is there something that has caught your attention, perhaps like, just throughout this entire process, how you will be attempting to build your dynasty team? It starts here with the rookies.
I'm going to build. I'll go wide receiver or running back heavy, and then lead into the wide receiver.
By nature of the position.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, I can't fault you there. I cannot fault you there one bit. Well, yeah, we should start this thing. How about that?
Yes, we should.
That's gonna help matters. What are we on, auto? Yeah. Auto. All right. Let's well, since there's no timer, but we don't want auto now, do we? I don't want auto.
Well,
is there a way I could turn auto off? There's got to be a way to turn auto off, folks. I apologize. Auto. Come on. Well, let me make the pick, and let's see what happens. If not,
it's interesting how Sleeper it doesn't have Hunter as DB wide receiver. It has him as wide receiver DB.
well, I mean, I think that's probably a product of just the news coming directly right out of the Jaguars post draft.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably a product of that combined with the fact that, I think the majority of fantasy football is offense.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Not to take away any bit of IDP whatsoever. It's just it's just not in majority. It's not as popular. Again, I certainly don't want to take a single thing away from it at all. But so it's probably a product of both, I would say. Yeah, we're on auto. We're gonna have to do something about that. I don't want to be on auto. I want to make the picks ourselves.
You want to make all the picks?
Well, yeah. If we don't make the picks, I kind of feel like we'll be in and out of this thing.
All right.
Like if it's just us three, I figure we would just
make.
Shit. So we got to turn auto off. What's the best way to do that? How do we do that?
Well, did you? Because we're already. It should be one at the top there.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
So how many dynasty teams do you have, Jax?
Right now I have two dynasty teams. Like I said, I had a pretty heavy draft. I'm kind of going through a mini rebuild.
Okay.
I don't have to go all the way down, but the way I kind of set it up, because it was a startup at first, so The way I kind of set up his first was I kind of went in all in a little bit my first year with the expectations that I might have to, get a little bit younger after this season. So accumulated some picks. And I think I got some really good guys at value in the second round, the third round, even the fourth. And, I'm hoping for them guys to play some good football here, into the future.
What was one pick that you got that you're surprised they were there for you?
Well, I see them kind of going all over the place, but I really love Jalen Noel around the late second, early, 2-3 turn, and I got him at the 211. So I was happy that he was still there around. I think he's more, valued as a mid-second round pick because I think he's going to fill Tank Dell's role pretty nicely there in Houston.
Well, yeah, because Tank Dell came out that he's out all year.
Yep.
And like we've talked about before, I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back. That was just a atrocious freaking injury he had.
Yeah,
and to compound it, he was already coming off a broken fibula or tibia, whichever one it was.
Exactly.
So that it's not a good sign. I think that's why I think the Texans do. That's why they double down on the Iowa State guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about 95% of the way there, Rhino, as far as Tank Dell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gravity of that injury. He'll be lucky to just be. He is fortunate, I should say, that he's just going to be walking again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because he's a young dude and physical. Now, he's a young dude that's athletic. I don't know how physical he is, but athletic. He'll try. So that's why I'm going to give him a little margin of 5% that he'll try to make a comeback. He'll try to catch on. He'll try to suit up again. It's not. I don't think I would be shocked if he was anywhere near, pre-injury.
Right.
For Mr. Tank Dell. Unfortunately, it's just the way it works. I think we may have gotten our draft set up properly. So yeah, let's go with whenever you are ready, JX Warrior. You are on the clock, I believe. You can make your selection, and then we will go from there.
All right. So you might have to make my selections for me here. I believe you can do so.
I happened last time too.
So now you timed out altogether.
Yeah.
The pressure was getting to you.
Exactly. Yeah. It was the pressure getting to me.
Yeah.
But at this sixth slot right here, I love the value of Caleb Johnson. That's who I'm
nice.
certainly taking. Definitely need him there.
Nice.
So yeah, Caleb Johnson was my prized pick of my only rookie draft so far this season. I've got another 3, I'd like to say, including the commissioners. So I do have another 3 in terms of Dynasty. That's just Dynasty. And yeah, Caleb Johnson at the 1.08 felt good.
Yep, for sure.
So yeah, we're gonna go Caleb Johnson here.
When you guys do the drafts, when you guys draft Dynasty or whatever it is, especially Dynasty, are you grabbing your guys even though maybe the ADP is way off? So I'd like to target the people that I like, that I feel comfortable targeting. You know what I mean?
At 1.07.
This be a good spot for TEP.
This is the spot for TEP? All right,
yeah,
then. This team, yeah, if TEP's still on the board, shit. This team may need a wide receiver. We're going to force this over here. Now that we're going to do TEP, I'm going to talk to you guys. Oh, my God.
He seems to get a lot of steam. Some of the big boys out there talking about him and stuff.
Is everyone starting to love him again after they hated him for the past 3 months?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
he's getting love, and Golden isn't right now. Seems like Ibuka is though. That's what's crazy to me.
Well, it's just so hard to forecast Golden. I mean, you draft two guys that are going to touch the ball. You don't know what's going to happen with the guys already there. We've already spoke about it. Golden is just in a rough spot, and in like a Mac like this, his value is really starting to go down too.
You have to draft for me. It's not letting me draft like last time. So I'm gonna go RJ Harvey.
RJ Harvey. It's not letting you draft.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Boo, sleeper app.
So I'm not sure if it's the sleeper app or the.
It might be because I have an iPhone and I have a Mac. So
that's not it. That can't be it. Can't be it. Team 10, RJ Harvey. Rhino, RJ Harvey. Team 10 is up on the clock. Now that we've gotten, I would say, tier 1 of running backs, along with possibly we're into tier 2 of running backs with Quinshon Judkins.
With it being a tight end premium, would you take a stab at Tyler Warren?
So I'm sure someone is going to take a stab of either or Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland. Depends on their cup of tea. It depends on how they think that Tyler Warren is going to be the focal point or the top target earner, or at least the second top target earner, versus a Colston Loveland who is now profiling into an offense with Ben Johnson, and like he's the next second coming of Sam Laporta.
Where are you guys seeing in your drafts like Terrence Ferguson going? Is he going like 4th?
Terrence Ferguson has been pretty much going undrafted for me.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
But to the Loveland Warren thing, I just think it's weird how real life draft position kind of changed the ADP, because before the draft it was Tyler Warren going early in Dynasty.
Yeah.
And now it's Colston going first in Dynasty, even though Colston has a harder shot at targets than Tyler does. So it's kind of weird how real life draft positions affect an ADP.
Yeah.
So team 11.
Team 11. Go ahead. You can make the pick. Yeah, I'll go here. Let's go all. This looks like this could be one of Emeka Ibuka, or maybe.
I would do Matthew. I think I would pick Matthew Golden over Ibuka.
Matthew Golden's a pick here. Yeah, we can do that.
With and that's just because Golden has more of a set spot. Ibuka is still going to be wide receiver 3 if he beats out McMillan. But
I
think they're going to have to play him inside and outside because Godwin plays better as a slot than he does outside. The Ibuka's the same way.
I don't think. Well, here's my opinion. The Buccaneers are playing Dynasty kind of also, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have to forecast into not just this season, but right. They've got a wide receiver who's 32 years old who could conceivably fall off a cliff this season. I don't know how. I don't want to say that's likely, but another 1,000-yard season, a modest 65, 70 catches, a couple of missed games again. So they're kind of forecasting that way. And who knows what they got with Chris Godwin?
Okay, let me ask you guys this, because enough to do about all day long, other than think about football generally and stuff. What if where Chris Godwin's doing good, but Ibuka's doing better? Could Chris Godwin's contract is doable? 3 years, $60 million, I believe, or somewhere around there. Can he be a trade target?
I would say no.
No.
I mean, all right. So conceivably, yeah. I mean, like anybody's a trade target. Conceivably, I don't see a team taking on Chris Godwin. I don't see the Bucks trading Chris Godwin either. If they
I don't
already,
see either, but it's just a thought I had because if the book is doing good and then you sell McMillan,
no. How
then
about
they considerably trade
no?
Godwin, get probably a second or a third next year's draft.
I think not. They would never get that. Why don't we go with the easier option, the one that we're not discussing yet? That they rotate all of them
Yeah.
at all different times. I mean, like they just play a freaking revolving door of wide receiver sets here and there. I mean, look, we know Chris Godwin excels out of the slot, but that doesn't mean that he can't play outside.
Right. No, he can't play outside.
Right. We know that he can. We know that also Mike Evans is the only one that's kind of stuck out wide.
Yeah.
We think that Jalen McMillan could play both. And we also think that Emeka Egbuka could play both. Now, where does Emeka Egbuka excel, or where has he excelled at the collegiate level? All these years playing with all these other Ohio State studs in the slot. Yeah, I get it. What if they were just to start a freaking revolving door and they just rotate? Now, for fantasy purposes, that's kind of hellish.
Yeah,
it's kind of hellish.
Yep.
And the other thing that I wouldn't be surprised with is, look, man, if the Bucks, if one of these dudes, let's take Godwin for instance, because he is coming off the injury, not Evans. Let's say he isn't playing as well, so he's just not gonna be on the field as often, even if it's not in a rotational where it looks even, given everyone's up. He's just going to be there. It's good depth. And Mike Evans is on borrowed time right now. Mm-hmm. So that's why Emeka Egbuka, again, for dynasty purposes, he's your pick here. Or he's a good first round. Get him on your team. He may not yield you dividends early on, but damn. Yes, there's a possibility that you do reap some rewards as the season progresses, and certainly in a year or so, certainly. So yeah, that's my take on this dude. And let's up against something else that's important. It's relevant. Look at the draft pick that look at the capital that they spent on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. That's that for Emeka Egbuka. We could talk about that. I'm sure we're going to talk about that because I mean this is someone that's most likely. I don't know. Well, JX, you tell us. You think Emeka Egbuka is going to be selected really late in redraft leagues, or he may be someone that might be someone that gets selected late. He may just wind up on waivers to begin with because again, like it is. It's an ambiguous situation. I bet it is. It certainly is. But I mean, what we're doing now is we're attempting to predict this.
Yeah. So what are we looking at as far as the temperature of the Buccaneers as the receivers as a whole, right? Where are we taking Mike Evans? Probably round 6 maybe, and then where are we taking Chris Godwin? Probably round 8.
Yeah.
And then we know what Jalen McMillan kind of did. Are we taking him next? Or we just not taking either of them at all, I don't think he's selected in think he's selected in a redraft league. Egbuka feels like a great best ball pick, but not a great redraft pick.
I could subscribe to that. I could subscribe to that, and then he'll be one of the darlings that we're all clamoring over come week 4 or week 5, or maybe earlier, maybe later when it comes to the waivers, or when we do see how this is shaping out with their offense and how they're utilizing these wide receivers. And sure, I mean, again, there is the talent's there. It's not he just walks into a crowded room. That's all.
I will say this though. For all the fab leagues out there, if anyone were to so happen get an injury we are spending 100% of our fab on a Mecha Egbuka.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah,
and
probably.
look, I don't know if I would be recommending that if it was early in the season, but yeah. So with that said, you might get the savvy manager, or whether you're savvy, yeah. It may want to take a Mecha Buka 15th round, 16th round, last round. Time's up. Yeah, I see it. Time's up. This is where we'll go Colston, hopefully. This is where Colston's gonna go. Tight end for your Chicago Bears. Team 2 now. I think Team 2, it's already got a Marion Hampton. Nice little lottery ticket. May want to do.
Burden? Harris.
Little Lex Luthor. I was thinking Lex Luthor.
All right.
Little Lex Luthor burden over here.
He's almost in the same boat as like McMillan and Buka and stuff with the wife.
It's true.
A little bit.
It is, but he does something different than everybody else on that team. That's kind of why early on I'm more on Luther Burden. I just feel like Egbuka is almost like the same as Chris Godwin, So it's like, where does he come in on the field if only a rotation?
Right.
I feel like there's 6 manufactured touches for Luther Burden every game, whether that be him running the ball or him catching the ball. Ben Johnson's going to find a way to give him at least 6 touches a game.
Just like this dude's going to find ways to get the ball. Scatterbrains, folks. Scattergoo.
Scat pack.
Yeah, no, look, man. This is, again, one of these, it's going to be one of these training camp type of like, okay, we got to see what exactly Brian Dable has up his sleeve. I think we're gonna wind up probably seeing Tyrone Tracy getting a little bit more usage to begin with. It seems that's just natural. He's not the rookie, although he's not that experienced either. But they're both going to be on the field.
And it's not like the Giants are sour on him either.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
So it's I have my eyes on that. I'm not. I'm trying to.
Remember the Giants.
I'll probably stay away from that on best ball without knowing. I'll wait because our draft, all 3 of my league drafts are towards the end of after preseason because I'm not a big fan of drafting before preseason because I've gotten screwed so many times because of injuries. So. But he's definitely, like you said, keep eye on, see how it plays out.
Who do we got next for the mysterious Team 4?
We got Travis first round. What does the all look like?
There it is. There's the all.
I like Tootin.
There's Jackson and Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer-Besh.
Believe it or not, in my most recent draft, Shador went before Jackson Dart.
That doesn't surprise me because look at the Giants quarterbacks compared to the Browns quarterbacks.
Exactly.
There's a clear. I mean, in my opinion, I'll stand on my opinion. There's a clear path for Shador Sanders to start. To me, the only competition he has is Flacco.
Yeah.
And Flacco's what we always say, he's good for 5 games and then,
Yeah, I mean, that's somebody's looking for immediate returns. I mean, like you said, Shador has the easiest path to potentially start, and they don't want to wait for Jackson Dart in New York. So
if they have to start Jackson Dart in New York, it's not going well.
Nah, not at all.
They don't want to start him right away.
They do not.
So, if Russell Wilson gets out of the gate slow, then that it's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble for Dable. It's going to be trouble for the general manager. The idea is to have Russell keep them afloat, and continue to develop Jackson Dart to eventually start. Yes, eventually, but if he's got to come on to the season, I mean, if he has to come on early, there's a problem. B, if they could get away with not playing him, then it means then the plan has worked, and he'll just wind up, maybe being named starter for 2026.
Let me ask you guys this: Does your drafting philosophy change if you have two quarterbacks are aging, or does it stay the same? Meaning, okay, so like one of the teams I have has Stafford and Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think it's important to like I said, 2 quarterback leagues. I think it's always good to have 3 options. Like I said, what you got with Baker and Stafford, if you're in the position, I would absolutely take Cam Ward if you can get there. But also, at the same time, Jackson Dart, Shadur Sanders is a great option too, because you don't need them immediately.
I could probably wait until like probably the 4th round and get Jalen Milroe too. So Dart at that, This is a super flex league, so it's not 2 quarterback, it's just super flex.
And the question was, if you have 2 veterans, then what's the strategy? Is that what the question was? I apologize.
Does your philosophy change on picking the quarterback, a rookie quarterback?
If you already have 2 veterans, in place, and is there any jeopardy of them losing their job? Like red veteran, like a Dak Prescott / whoever.
Well,
I mean,
like against Stafford, this might be his last year.
Right.
We don't know. Somebody like that,
So I mean, look, I say yes because for like you said, for one, insurance, for one, but second off, quarterbacks in dual QB leagues are currency. If your 2 veterans are playing out of their mind and you have a rookie who's showing immense promise,
right?
You can turn that young quarterback into something you're missing.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm saying go all for it if you have 2 guys that you can rely on.
Yeah, and as kind of screwy but not screwy as this may sound, like I feel like in Dynasty you would want, in a super flex, you want a 3rd starting quarterback, although you cannot obviously start that quarterback, so you're playing a game with your 2nd QB on which one to start a lot of the times. So for example, last year, Stafford was QB3. He was doing better many games, much better than Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, to JX's point, it's just like in the NFL too. It's just the currency, the asset of the asset of having the damn position. Yeah,
and plus 2. Yeah, bye week. So if you have a good 3rd quarterback, that
of
one
course
has that bye week, he moves in, and he goes back to the bench.
Of
course, you're not playing Nick Westbrook-Akine in your superflex.
No, you're not.
That is terrible.
No,
exactly.
All right.
For my pick, let's go with Trey Harris at this pick.
It's a little Trey Harris action.
Mm-hmm. I love this for Herbert so much.
Not ready.
So do I. And it doesn't seem like he's getting that much. They're not really talking about him too much, it seems like.
The playoff game left a sour taste. I don't really think he had such a great season, but that playoff game was so bad.
Well, I was talking about like Trey, even like Trey Harris.
Trey Harris? Yeah. Well, him coming off that injury, I don't know. I just don't think people know what they're getting. They know what they saw, but they don't know what they're getting.
Right.
So,
that makes sense.
I like it a whole lot, though. Like I said, him with Justin.
Same here. All right. So this team 7 went McMillan.
You can never have too many running backs.
No.
You can never have too many running backs.
No.
The $1 million question is it Bashal Tutin, or is it going to be Dylan Sampson, who again, I don't know.
I think it'd be Tootin. I think
it's Tootin also.
so. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure which starting running back is out. My guess could be ETN. No, actually, my guess might be Bixby because ETN has receiving upside and he doesn't.
Well, I'll give you the common thread between both. They're not Liam Cohen's running backs.
No, exactly. Yes, we talked about
Bishol Tutan.
We talked about this on Thursday with the guy from Dynasty Pulse. Because that's why they drafted two rookies.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
very simple. Both of them are in jeopardy as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, we end up being week 1 and LaQuint Allen's the starter. Like, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. I mean,
LaQuint,
like you said, those aren't his running backs. You never know what could happen.
La Quinta. All right, so now teammates got Quinchon Judkins. I'm not sure if they would want to do the Dylan Sampson thing. I don't think Dylan Sampson's going to be much of a Sampson. I know that he was drafted in the 4th. So was Cam Scatterby, who was drafted in the 4th. So, like, we should be holding these guys kind of in the same manner. But I'm not really going to hold.
But I think Junkins, Sampson has more of a receiving upside than Junkins does. So Sampson could be the 3rd down 2-minute back.
I drafted Sampson late, and I really don't know. It all depends on what's going to happen with Jerome Ford. They may, I don't know. I don't know what what Sampson's outlook is yet.
You still got Jerome Jarius Ford there. You know, I mean, he's serviceable. He could get you a big play or two. Not that likely, but I've seen it happen. We've all seen it happen. This is a team also. I mean, again, let's take this team for what it is. This is a rebuilding team, and they don't really have a quarterback as of now, present. I don't know how much. I mean, again, I know they're going to want to run the ball. Yeah, but in terms of both rookies getting onto the field, I think that's going to be a little tough. That's going to be tough for Cleveland. It is.
It is.
We are in tight end premium, so we might as well go with a premium generational player, folks. That's right, generational. This is a generational player. Why? Why, you ask, Goats? Well, his father played in the NFL many years ago.
His father was a stud, man.
many moons ago, his father played in the NFL.
Yeah.
Henceforth, he's generational. Now the son's playing.
And isn't Zach Thomas his uncle too?
That is true. It's very true. I don't know how that plays into generational, but it's true. He comes from a good family.
Yeah, he'll come from when his kid is playing football.
He comes from the right family of football players. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, well, I know what we're doing here. Is it Jack Bauer?
I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep. Then
dog. You're going with the dog of dogs.
That's my dog.
The dog.
WG dog.
He told Spytek he's a dog. Or maybe it was Carol. Yeah, he was on the phone. He kept saying, "You're getting a dog. You're getting a dog. You're getting a dog." That's all he said.
Yeah, because he is.
Carol, you loved it. Loved all of them.
So they went Tyler Warren. So let's do running back for 12, the 11 spot. I mean, or 10 spot. Where are we at? The 10th spot.
We are in the 10th spot. 2.10 of this rookie dynasty. And we're going to. Damn, the wide receivers got thin. We have to go back to running back. little Devin
like
Neal,
Gator.
maybe. Are we missing anybody here? No, I mean this is.
I mean, in this case, doubling up on wide receiver might be the play here.
Or tight end.
Or tight end. What tight ends we got left there?
Here's where sleeper starts to fail us again.
See, I like Terrence Ferguson more than I like Arroyo or Mason Taylor. So I think the Rams going to do a lot of 12 personnel, and McVay's going to draw up plays for Ferguson.
I just see a lot better open pass for other tight ends.
Come on.
Even Elijah Arroyo, he only has.
She's yelling at us.
Like Elijah Arroyo only has Noah Fant in front of him, and he's not a world beater tight end.
The same tight end too,
Yeah, just younger.
About Shadori right here.
Shadori. I have Shadori. I have Shadori in the 3rd round.
Milrow?
No, I was gonna go Arroyo. Is that not the play?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Arroyo.
Again, this is kind of like chess, not redraft checkers. This is chess. You could put them in the flex. You could use one of these as trade baits. You're getting extra points with them for some reason. Not for some reason. We know the reason. And over here, folks, is where I was thinking about Milrow.
Okay.
All right. I like that.
Alrighty, now after Jalen Milrow in his virtual reality preseason that he's gonna have. Did you hear that story?
Yeah, that's what Jaden Daniels did, and they said it helped him a lot. I guess probably makes sense, So good for him.
Is it too early for Jaden Blue?
No.
I mean, no. You say no.
No,
Jaden Blue has a shot.
Yes, he does.
I know he's got a
He
shot.
has a real shot. He has a real shot, though.
A real shot, yeah.
Yeah, like a real shot.
I mean,
The only reason why he's not a higher 2nd-round pick because of the draft capital.
Yeah, I agree.
We all know how tremendous Javonte Williams has been in the last few seasons.
Okay, so if Javonte Williams starts, that means Jaden Blue would be in the receiving wide receiver.
Yeah,
he'll beat out Miles Sanders. He should beat out Miles Sanders.
He definitely should.
And then he might start season as RB2, but could end the season as RB1. So yeah, I'm a huge fan.
It's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. I don't know. I don't even know if I would call this a dart throw at this point, right? I mean, like you're gonna put him maybe not even on the taxi squad, but even if you did, if you're so good, if you're so stacked at running back, you could put him in the taxi squad, see how it plays out, see how it shakes out, see what happens with this team.
That's true.
Come on!
So even,
Let's go. Failing us here. Sleeper. It's not sleeping tonight. Let's get down to what we got going on over here. Gently, Colton Loveland.
right here. wide receiver? You think?
I'm gonna go with. Why not? I guess we could do Jalen Noel.
Isaiah Bond is ahead of some of these other wide receivers that got drafted.
So
Isaiah
late.
Bond didn't get drafted, did he?
No. Isaiah Bond still hasn't been signed to a team yet.
No. So it's interesting how they had it set up that he's ahead of some of these other players.
He needs to be adjusted. Not all of them are adjusted.
Yeah, but I've seen some people take some draft picks and pick them late third just because they believe. So I understand it. The ADP is still kind of keeping itself steady with that.
Yeah,
but it's certainly lower.
Now that's what I would call a dart throw.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he may not get signed.
Yeah.
I think teams are waiting to see what happens with the legal issues.
Yep. 1,000%.
He probably has a handshake deal already set up, so that'll be my guess. Probably with the Cowboys.
Tyler Shucky.
Did you just save Shador for yourself?
Yeah. Of course. This is Shadori season. Look, man. I'm in. I'm in for Shadori.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
I'm in for Cam Ward, but I'm also in for Shadori. I want to see this dude succeed. I do.
Yeah,
I don't want. We shouldn't want to see busts. I mean, like that, like in 10 years from now, 15 years from now, like 30 for 30, or like with Ryan Lee. We don't want to see that. I'd rather see him succeed.
Not at all. But I haven't been playing Dynasty for very long. But name me the last time in Dynasty a quarterback that was drafted in the 5th round went in the 2nd round of Dynasty football draft.
No, probably it's not often.
No,
it's not.
It's not often at all.
Man,
at least
everyone wants him to succeed.
Right. So at least we could pinpoint to why he fell as bad as he fell. Yeah. Alrighty.
Come on, dude.
Come on, man. All right. This is where we'll take a stab at Samson. Team 5 will take a stab at another back.
Devin Neal.
Devin Neal. Yeah, a little Devin Neal action. Alvin Kamara.
He's going to roll with the Saints.
Alvin Kamara's not getting any younger.
No. And Miller's injury prone. So.
No. And I'm going to take my favorite 3rd round pick, Jarquez Hunter. Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh, this man.
I did a best ball draft. As is like salivating, he's right there, and the person in front of me took him. Pissed me off. But I did get Jack Besh and Woody Marks, so I was happy about that.
He's starting to grow on me a little bit. Woody Marks. Yeah, he's starting to grow on me. Really thinking about it, the Texans traded up for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's first and foremost, and he does offer something to the Texans that Joe Mixon doesn't. He's a bona fide pass catcher.
He led the running backs receiving in college.
Yeah, we all know that CJ is not going to have the most time. CJ will need to dump the ball down to Woody a lot.
And where are you going here?
Jarquez Hunter.
I'm having a little bit of difficulty locating this man.
He's just under Jordan James.
Yeah, I think you passed him.
What the fuck? It's like skipping. All right.
There you go.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. This is our second rodeo, not our first. It's the second rodeo. Set manual, come on, man. Running back.
What do you think his role is going to be? How much?
I think he's going to play a good bit, just because he's so different from Kyron and Blake. They're going to find a way to get him on the field.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I'll beat that drum all season long too. Because remember, right, McVay said in the season last year, we need to get faster. We need to get faster. We need to get faster.
Yep.
We need to change things on the offense because they're starting to figure out our offense. So we need to make changes.
He said something at the end of the season that has always stuck out to me and had always made me kind of, zone on the running back we picked. He said we need to get more scheme versatile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the first name that he brought up was Bucky Irving.
Yep.
So when he said that, I was like, okay, whoever we're picking, I gotta go all in on him because he wants something completely different than we already got. Yeah, let me some Harold Phantom.
Team A will do a little Alec Iamina.
I didn't understand the Harold Fanning going to the Browns where they had Njoku already.
Well, I look at it like this.
Surprised me a little bit. I mean, I know he's more like a tweener.
Yeah, and I think that's the way they're going to want to do things, right? I think he's going to play a good bit of fullback. They're going to want to run the football a lot, and he's going to be playing some fullback, might playing some wide off. He's not going to be playing tight end. He's going to be playing off of Njoku, not taking Njoku's spot.
I went Terrence Ferguson. It let me draft on my phone for some reason. I just like the upside of Ferguson. I think when I did the best ball draft, one of my last picks was Oronde Gadsden. Standing for the Chargers.
Gets pretty thin around these parts. Why not a Kansas City Chief? Why the hell not?
Royals.
Why not? All right, folks. We are heading to the fourth round after these next two selections, which are going to be so Matthew Bowen and Jalen Milroe. Might as well take a stab at a back.
Steve Woody.
Ollie Gordon. Woody.
I like Ollie for the same reason we like Jarquez.
Yeah.
He's something completely different than what they already have in Miami.
Yeah.
All they have is speed, and he's a power back to the fullest.
They kind of lost that when Raheem Mostert went to the Raiders.
Exactly. Yep.
Like Jalen Wright might be on the outside looking in a little bit.
Woody, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Woody Marks.
Don't flag us, YouTube. Don't flag us. No controversial words here. This guy's a player. It's not us. We didn't name him this. All right, so we got one more round here. One more round, folks. All the goats. We will be back.
Hey Rhino, are we gonna take a stab at Woody Mark's real name tonight, or are we gonna save that for another time?
Hey, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
It's tough. It is a tough one.
No, I'm not afraid.
Which one? Who is it?
Woody Mark's real name.
DeQuervius.
That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. That's really pretty spot on.
At least we know why his name is that, though, right?
His nickname.
Yeah.
Tight end. Do we have any more tight ends left, folks? Time is up. I know. Tight ends. Oh, Gunnar Helm.
I would do a Ronde.
Sorry.
That's okay.
We can do a Ronde now, though.
Yeah, do that.
Why not?
Too much.
We can do a Ronde
A lot of
right
upside with
now.
that kid, man. A lot.
A Ronde. And we're going to go.
Dang, it's like 10 seconds a pick in the fourth. Jeez.
We're going to do a little Savion.
Okay.
You like him, don't you?
I do.
I do as well.
Like,
the Packers kind of told us. I mean, like, look, we need a better wide receiver room. Now, how they going to use this dude Savion remains to be seen. They we know that he could be used in a lot of different ways. So I mean, shit. Why is it still?
I mean, they could use him like in the Wildcat package of the goal line too, because they did that in college.
I think he might be used like Cordero Patterson.
Yeah,
he can. I mean,
or like Debo.
Yeah, I like Debo. Yeah, he's more of a football player than a wide receiver.
Yeah,
that's what we want. I mean, we want football players. They want football players for fantasy purposes. We want studs. We want dudes.
All right, right here I go Isaiah Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla.
The electric man.
Well, you've been a wide receiver. Tesla.
Oh yes. Not Tez. No one's drafted Tez here. Where is Tesla?
He's just under Ty Felton. Felton's not a bad stab here either. He might be able to beat out Nair. How do you say the wide receiver number 3 for the Vikings?
Jalen Naylor.
Naylor, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has potential to beat him out because he wasn't really anything special last year. I mean, he had a couple of good games.
Yeah, he made the timely plays for sure.
Yeah. And Detroit's high. They love Tesla.
They do. It's so weird.
But it's not so because I watched him in the Senior Bowl or the Shrine Bowl, and he impressed me a lot. Him and Jack. That's where he got put on my radar. It's okay.
I mean, he's definitely a height, weight, speed pick. I mean, I think he's 6'3", 6'4".
Yep.
4'3".
214 pounds.
Yeah. Definitely feels it.
All right. This is obviously aggravating me to no avail.
Well, just pick a receiver then.
My apologies.
Don't worry, it's good.
I'm aggravated.
Thornton 2 is a good throw for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's a really good 4th round pick.
Yeah.
There's Tesla. But you can't get Tesla over here for some reason.
Put it in the search name.
There he is.
JX, your 4th and final selection for this evening.
All right.
We'll get better next time, Goats. We'll be better for you.
For sure. My final pick here, going with my favorite 4th round pick, Brashard Smith, running back for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I like that.
Like I said, we want football players, and he's a football player.
Yeah.
The NFL let Indy steal some players, man. This dude's super talented.
right?
You've got organizations that know how to draft, and then you've got organizations that attempt to do well during a draft.
Right.
There's a big difference.
Big difference.
It really is. The Baltimore Ravens are always going to take what they think is the best player on their board. There's no deviation from that. No deviation.
All right, Team 7. I think Torrey Horton has a maybe a shot on the Seattle Seahawks because he plays outside. His competition is MVS.
Oh, yeah, he definitely has a shot.
Yeah, and he was a victim of he was injured and he played for a really crappy Colorado State team, you know, so it's just unfortunate for him. My turn. What will I do here?
You see, it's not, if you click the arrow, the top arrow right there, it doesn't pull up the options again.
I went Will Howard.
This one over here?
No, the other one. The other one. Like you click it again, doesn't pull up the options? Nah, okay. How about if you hover over the top? Over the top of the screen. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You have to get there. We'll get there.
Desktop and app, two different ball games. Games here. Unfortunately.
I kind of I like Will Howard. I think depends what happens.
Will Howard might start.
He might start.
He might.
He just might.
Not even joking. Not even joking.
He might.
The day after he got picked, he called the Arthur Smith. He said he wants the playbook now.
Get me the playbook.
Give me the playbook now.
Yeah.
Yep. That's great. Great coach talk. Yeah. Yeah, coach. I want it now, coach.
Look, hey, if you're a coach, that's exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah,
exactly. You know the last person I remember saying that. The last person I remember saying that is Kyer Elam for the Buffalo Bills about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on the team anymore.
Imagine an organization that is pretending not to be held hostage right now by one player, pretending that it's okay. That bringing in this guy is going to cure all. They playoff bound, maybe another. I mean, like a win or two in the playoffs. Imagine them that they're okay with this, or they're pretending that this is okay. There's only one person on record.
Oh, come on, dude.
One guy who actually not kind of portrayed look, man, you want to be a Steeler or not? Which is Cam Hayward. Not screwing around. Everyone else is dancing around it. Screwing around it. Damian Martinez. That's the end of it. Thank you guys for participating in this rather tricky mock draft, post NFL draft. It sucks, man.
It's all good, dude. It's all good.
And this thing is still I still got the timer. How about that? Timer's out. I still have the timer in my ear. Who soaked?
Mama said it'd be days like this.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see this clip you're talking about.
I don't know. It's
the Kay Adams.
I don't have the clip.
Oh, okay. So was she talking to Aaron Rodgers?
No, Aaron Rodgers. She spoke. Whether he was there or not, I don't think he was there. No, she had on Xavier Legette.
Oh, I saw him talking. I saw him talking to Guy Ferrari. Talking about
She was touched.
Raccoons. It's like, damn, okay.
Yes, this is a different cat. Now, forget the raccoon part, and forget the heavy Creole or Cajun, or some sort of accent. Played hurt all season.
Yeah.
Also, he said he hurt his foot in August and just played through it. Okay, so she asked him, "Are you fully healthy? How's the foot now?" 100%. Okay, boom, check mark. B, okay, you just drafted a bullseye. So if you're paying attention to T-Mac, and you have to double T-Mac, I'm pretty damn confident that Xavier Leggett is going to be on one-on-ones and easy soft coverages. That's 2. 3, did you? All right, so I don't know if you saw, I'm not sure which interview. So he's sitting there in a suit. He is jacked. He's yoked.
Yeah.
He was abnormally big.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how yoked jacked this dude is. So this is like mini, to me, this is mini or this is DK Metcalf 2.0.
Without
DK Metcalf, who his head coach is familiar with, remember?
Yeah.
I mean, all these things are starting to line up. They're starting to add up where this guy could have a very good season for the Carolina Panthers. This guy could be a fantasy asset for us.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be an afterthought till the late rounds. So if he outperforms his ADP guys, it is going to be one of these home runs that we cut. This is what we're looking for. Yeah, well, great. We're going to draft Jamar Chase first overall. We're going to draft Jahmyr Gibbs 5th overall. We're going to draft Chase Brown in the 2nd round. But Chase Brown got to this spot this year because of where we found him last season. I think Leggett has a real chance of absolutely smashing his ADP. He's going to be someone that I'm going to continue to look for and target.
I'll buy into that.
He is a. Again, I'm just as taken aback by his kind of like quirky raccoon eating deep South Carolina. He owns horses, which is kind of cool. He rides them, which is he's a different cat.
He is country. He is country.
He is a different cat, and he's jacked. So like I could just see him like being like that strong, brute, physical target for Bryce, while everyone's paying attention to Tet. This dude just come down with easy balls, easy 50-50 contested balls. No one, if he's in open space, how are you going to take him down? The guy's, I don't know about the speed. I can't tell you about that yet until
4.3. He ran a 4.3, 4.4 last year.
And that's just freak. That's freakish. That's DK Metcalf freak style.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys. I don't mean you too. But while everybody is, get out of the way, I want Ted. And Ted might be a nice little fantasy player for us. Might be. He landed in. He landed better with Carolina than I would say if, let's say, the Cowboys would have drafted him, because then he's got more target competition. He's got the alpha with CD, but that's moot. So let Ted get all that attention. I think it's year number 2, Xavier.
Year 2 breakout.
Look, they drafted him pretty high last year too, didn't they?
2nd round.
Yeah. Well, they traded back into the 1st round to take him.
Right. Trade back in the 1st. Yeah.
They got the 5th-year option on him.
Goat.
They believed in what they were doing.
You're hearing this? Goat's hearing this. This is why we spend time in the lab. We're finding these dudes. We're not worrying about the guys who we know are going to get at their ADP. Like I said, Jamar may have a little bit of regression. That's going to be natural, expected. You don't do 1,700 yards back-to-back seasons.
No.
It'd be fantastic, but I just don't. I don't. There aren't too many of those. You'd have to like do like some real historical data searching. You know, Marvin Harrison had like a good 1,500 season, and then maybe like a 1,300 season or a 14. Like he had a string of like a few. So did T.O. So did Randy. I mean, they all did. But I don't think you're going to get 17 or greater again.
No.
If he does 1,500, 16, 30, you're going to be damn happy. If he goes over 10 touchdowns, you're going to be damn happy. Over 100 balls, damn happy.
Especially if T. Higgins stays healthy.
Here's the other thing. That's right.
Yeah.
T. Higgins. Yeah, they went through I saw a video. The NFL went through their power rankings, and the Bengals came in at number 9. We're going to talk about them. But like, so they show a highlight for each team. One of the highlights. The Cincinnati Bengals highlight was like a deep bomb to T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Show us like a 70-yarder to the house, like off of like a 10-yard pass. Show us what the GOAT does. Not T. I mean, he's a GOAT too, but still, I think you know what.
Number 9 the power rankings.
I think you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I think they were 9. Yeah. Chiefs are 3. I could tell you that. I could tell you the Eagles were 1.
Rams were 8.
The Rams were 8. The Rams were there. They were up there. The worst teams still like the Saints, the Browns. They're still like the worst teams in the league. Let's get into that, though. We're going to get into that starting tomorrow. We'll do one a week. That will carry us through June.
Yeah.
All right.
When we speed it up by doing 2. That's the way it works. All right, guys. I think that's it for this evening.
Yeah.
GOAT, I appreciate you very much. We will be back for you. You will be back for us. We've got ships to chase. We've got ships to chase. Some of us got glory. Some of us maybe a couple of dollars, a couple of shekels, a couple of euros, whatever the case may be. Some of us.
You say a couple of shekels?
Some shekels. Yeah.
Really?
Shekels. And the balloons.
You know what do you seem
Some
surprised?
pesos.
Because that's biblical.
It is biblical.
I know. So yeah, that kind of surprised me.
Football's Football's biblical, so we have to get biblical sometimes.
Right. That's why it's played on Sunday, right? We found that out.
That's why it's played on. It's exactly why it's played on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Let's go Knicks.
Yeah. Good luck to your Knicks.
Let's go Knicks.